Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be digitizing this cute little frog holding a lily pad as an umbrella. If you never digitized before and you're looking to make some money embroidering, you have a new machine, you've been doing embroidery but you've just been paying other digitizers to do your artwork and you want to learn how to do it, well, follow along in this video because I'm going to show you how to digitize images like this so you can start making profit on your own. Okay, so if you're not used to Canva, it is a small fee to get all the premium features. I can tell you I've been a Canva user for at least 3 years now and I love it. It has a barrage of images and good quality images that you can pick from. Not only does Canva supply images, Canva does a lot of other stuff too, so check it out. Okay, I got my canvas board set up to 3x3 and I put a little T in here because the images will not download unless you manipulate the image. Okay, so I hit download and then I hit transparent background, and then I downloaded it and dropped it to my PC. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be using Chroma Luxe. Now, if you have your own embroidery software, you can still follow along. All the features are the same. They just might be named different on your software. But if you have Chroma Luxe or you have Chroma, you can follow along and I'll try to guide you as I go along. Okay. If you don't have this software, just follow along. Just use the same things that I'm going to be using and then you can still follow along. Okay. So what we're going to do to bring in this image is we're going to use our backdrop tool. So the backdrop tool is going to be located on the left hand side and we're just going to click on it and we're going to hit select and we're going to bring in our image. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to shade this a little bit lighter so we can actually see what we are actually tracing with our complex fill. So today what we're going to be using is we're going to be using our steel tool, and we're also going to be using our complex fill for this project. So if you never digitized before and you don't know what a complex fill is, let's go ahead and give you a quick demonstration. So I'm going to click on my rectangle. I'm going to click on a rectangle and we're just going to draw a box out right there, right? And then if you click on your complex fill, what it does, it fills in your image for you. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plus cursor and I'm going to put it at, let's say, the right corner, and I'm just going to drag it down to the bottom corner, bottom right corner. Then I'm going to go to the bottom left corner and I'm using my left, right? And then I'm going to go up, click on it, and then I'm going to hover over this node. Okay, these points are called nodes. So I'm going to click on it and then I'm just going to simply hit my enter key. And then there you go. You can see that it did something there, right? That's actually the fill. That is actually the complex fill. Okay. Now, if you see these lines in here, this is, you see how it goes. There's a straight line in here and then it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That is actually your underlay. So it's going to stitch an underlay first, and then it's going to start filling in your thread, okay, to cover the whole box. And if you click on your realistic toggle, that's how it's telling you it's going to look. Okay, and that's what a complex fill does. All right, now let's get out of that. Now if I wanted to do a steel version, let's click on rectangle again. Let's make it real narrow. All right, now if I wanted to use the steel, what does the steel do? All the steel does is you just can draw one line and one line here to one point, you hit enter, it's going to make a fill just for a single line. Okay, and that's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the steel to make those smaller images stand out for us. Okay, so we're going to be using those two, and that's what it does, and that's all we're going to be using. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our frog, and what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top and work our way all the way to the bottom. All right, now before I do anything, let's click on here real quick and let's go back to our color. I do want to show you that we are going to be working with several colors here. So we're going to be looking at green, of course, and then a darker green, and then we're going to be using black, peach, and a blue, and maybe a darker blue and white. And those are all the colors that we're going to be using. And then of course the border, I think I already said black. So that's what we're going to be using. And we're going to work on this and we're going to make this work for us. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and shade that lighter again. All right, and then like I said, we're going to start from the lily pad. We'll do the lily pad first. So we're going to go to our complex fill, and we'll just zoom in. Now, I am not picking any order on purpose. I am just starting at any point. So you can start anywhere. Just follow along the lily pad. Now, in Chroma, in order to get these bends, like you see how it curves like this, you want to hold your control key down, and that's going to help you get the bends. Okay, so we're just going to click. We're going to follow along. Okay. Now, I'm not stopping anywhere special. I'm just stopping. All right. Now, you don't want to go too far when you're holding bends because it will not find the bend thoroughly. Okay. So you can go pretty far, but I'm just telling you, you don't want to do that real far because it won't get that bend correctly. And you'll have to go back and make adjustments. Okay. You see that? I went a little too far and it didn't get that right at the bend where it should have been, but that's fine. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to follow along here. We're going to keep going and just keep following along the path. All right, if you get lost, just stop the video and just follow along again. Okay, now right here, I'm going to release my key, my shift key, my control key. And the reason why I'm releasing it, because I want to get a straight line coming up and I want to be able to arch it. And we're going to hold our shift key. We're going to release it one more time. We're going to get that straight line again. And then we can continue pressing our control keys to start the bends all over. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm doing that, because if you don't do that, it'll bend the thread and it won't look as clean as you would want it to do. So that takes a little bit of practice. It took me some time to understand that, but you'll get it. Okay, so it's good that I'm teaching you that because I actually learned it on my own. And it was a lot of growing pains with that. So, all right, so now we're coming to the end here. We're going to hover over this node and we're going to click enter. Boom. All right, go ahead and bring that lily pad down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to assign this our first color. It's going to be color number 1. So we're going to go, if you have Chroma, we're going to go to the top right where it says commands. We're going to click on it and it's already on color number 1. We're just going to assign that. We're going to hit apply. You don't have to do that for color number 1, but I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, so color number 1, then we're going to click on the color and we're going to change that. So let's change it to Margarita Lime. Okay, and then what we'll do is we are going to create a border around here. Okay, so let's click our pick tool. We're going to right click and we are going to create a border here. So let's go to utilities, create a border. Okay, and then we're going to change that. We're going to go to our right on top. We're going to go back to our steel because this is now a steel version. And then we're going to change that to 0.5. Okay. And then we're going to, now this is a separate color. So we're going to assign that. We're going to go to commands. We're going to change this up to number 2. We're going to hit apply and we are going to go back to the color and we're going to change it to black. All right. And I'm using 1000 Emerald Black. Number 40 weight poly neon. That's because I have that one. All right. Okay. So now what we'll do is we're going to hide these both. Okay. Let's go and work on our blue now. So, and we'll do the same thing for the blue. Complex fill. We're just going to start and just start plugging away, guys. Start plugging away. Release. Get that line right there. And then go ahead and hit your bends. Okay. Release that line. Hit those bends. Release. Okay. Hover over the node, hit enter. All right. And let's assign that to color number 3. Okay. So we're going to hit, first you got to select it. And then you're going to go to your commands, assign it to color number 3. And we are going to pick, let's see, I think there's an aqua blue here. A Caribbean blue. Caribbean blue is fine. All right. And then we're going to do all of our blues. So we know that it's going to do all the blues first. So we're going to stay with all colors as we can. Okay. So let's do the next one. It's going to be the blue here. Okay. Hit enter. And we're going to change that to color number 3. Let's go to our pick tool. So it selects it. Color number 3, hit apply. All right. Let's go back down. We're going to go to our teardrops over here. We don't want the embroidery machine to be moving from one section to the other section, one section to the other section. If you have multiple needles, you don't want to do that. Let's just keep everything consistent. So when it stays on blue, it stays on blue. Okay, knocks out all the blues, knocks out all the greens. All right, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to complex fill here. Okay, and then I'm just going to loop it in there. All right, and let's click our pick tool. Let's assign that to color number 3. Click apply. Let's move down. Next, blues. All right. Okay, let's go back. Complex fill. Hold our control key. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, pick tool, commands, 3. Boom. Next one. All right. Now we'll do the water puddle. Okay. All right. Complex fill will start right here. You see that? I didn't hold my shift key. I held my shift key. And that's what happens. That's what I'm actually talking about. That's why you have to release. So let's do that again. We'll do that one more time. And then I'm going to release my key. And then I'm going to hold my control key again. Release it one more time. Hold it. And then right there. Okay. Okay. And boom. All right. Let's go ahead and go to our pick tool. Bloop. And then one more bad boy. It's okay if you go a little bit over the black. That's okay, because when you do the border's just going to cover it. Okay. The last thing you don't want is the border not to cover it, and then it looks weird. Okay. All right. Pick tool, sign 3. Boom. Okay. So we got all of our blues done. Now let's go ahead and start filling inside the blue. So let's go ahead and hide those. Okay. And we are going to go back. We're going to do these little white dots here. Right here. Let's go to white. Okay. So let's do all of our whites. Complex fill. Okay. Hit enter. And then we are going to click on this. Click on that. And we're going to give that a new color. We're going to make that color number 4. We're going to change that to white. Okay. Click here. Boom skis. All right. Next one. All right. Okay. Complex fill. All right. And change that to number 4. Okay. Let's go to the next white. All right. Enter. Pick tool. Number 4. Okay. All right. Complex fill. Release my control key. Get the straight line. And then hold my control key again. Hover. Enter. Okay. Pick tool. Number 4. All right. And I think that's all of our whites. Okay. We got 2 more whites. Let's go in and do our eyeballs here. Stay on whites. Okay. Okay. And all it takes is just a little patience, guys. It just takes patience. You got the patience, you're going to do fine. If you don't have patience, you're going to get frustrated. Okay, so now I think I got all the whites. We are done. Let's start working on all the black steel parts, okay? So, but what we can do here is, these are easy for the top ones. All we need to do is just create a border around it. So let's go and open this back up, and then we're going to click on our pick tool. Okay, and then we're going to right click. We're going to go to utility, create a border. Okay, we're going to change that to 0.5. All right, same thing with this one. We're going to create a border, right click, and utility, create a border, 0.5. Okay, and then we're going to change these two. Select both of them. I held my control key and I just clicked on each of them and it connects them. And then we're going to go to our commands tool and we're going to color that number 2. So we just drop that down to 2, black. Okay. And then now we're going to use our steel tool for all these right here. All right. So let's go to our steel tool here, and we'll start from left to right. Okay. And I'm just going to follow along one of the bends here. So let's go here and just loop it into, all right, and change that to 0.5. Oops, select it, change it to 0.5. Okay, next one. Still. Enter. Oh, cool, it already did the 0.5 for me. It memorized it. All right, and then this one's got a weird steel. Let's go ahead and hide that because I really can't see the. There it is. Okay, so it kind of did the border for me earlier. It did the border. All I need to do is just try to make a steel underneath it right here. We'll just go like this, just one time, right there. Hit enter, and then that's cool. That'll work. And this one on top, enter, and enter, enter, enter. All right, and then let's go ahead and go to our pick tool, and let's just hover these. Actually, we need to select them. Let's hit our shift key. Just start selecting them. All right, and then we're gonna assign that to color number 2. Okay, and then let's go ahead and hide those. Okay, and then we're gonna do the darker green around here. Actually, we need to do the blue, the aqua blue. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the darker green. Okay, hit enter. And we're going to change that to, well, let's do all of them. Well, we're going to change that to a new color. Let's do color number 5. Okay, and then we're going to look for a darker green. So let's do shamrock green. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Can you guys see that? It's light there. I apologize. I'll try to fix it right now. Okay, and we're just going to click on it, and boom. All right, and let's go ahead and do this here. And we're going to click here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it all the way down here. I'm going to cover that, but I'm going to bring that one to the front. Okay, the steel black, I'm going to bring that to the front, so it's over the green, because that's the way it originally is. And I'll show you what I mean if you don't understand. It's like I'm going to bring it to the front. Okay, all right. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing okay. All right. And we're almost done here. And click on it, hit enter. It's already on shamrock green for us. Nice. Okay. And I think I'm going to leave these 2 anchors out, these 2 little white anchors. I really don't know what they are. I'm just going to leave them out. And I think we're done on top. Okay, we got all that. And I'm not sure if I got the borders here. I don't think I did, but let's click on it. Let's just in case. No, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's get out of that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and start on, we'll finish these up real quick. So let's go ahead and do the teardrop here. We're going to right click and we're going to convert utilities, create border. Click here, utilities, create border, utilities, create border. But before we do that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to draw our own steel around it, okay? Because I have 2 different sections, and if I do a border, it's going to do 1 section at a time. So let's go to our steel, and let's get out of these. Let's close that off so we can see. Close this one off. Okay, so let's go to our steel tool, And let's start. And then we're going to just change that to black. Pick tool, number 2. Okay. And then this one, I actually can do the border around it. Right click, utilities, create border. And then we're going to change that 0.5. Okay. And assign that to color number 2. All right. We are done. Oh, and then let's go back to these two. We're going to hit our shift key, both of those. Change that to 0.5. Assign that to color number 2. We're good. All right, so I think we're done with everything else. Let's go ahead and hide those bad boys. Okay, and let's move over to the left side and let's start working on the lily pad stem and then the frog. All right, so let's go ahead and do our complex fill. Click on that bad boy. Just hit my control key, get that bend, and let's move down. Release. Up, bend, hold, release. There we go. Now control, hold. And release. Okay. Now the density, I'm keeping it at 40. Okay. So now we're going to change that to, we're going to leave that on yeah, we're going to leave that on Shamrock. Okay. So let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and finish these. So that's going to be Shamrock and the rest is going to be, Margarita Lime. All right. So let's go ahead and go to our complex fill here. And click on that bad boy. Hit enter. Release. Straight line. Hold the control. Okay. And release. Hit enter. Okay, we're going to change those two to Margarita Lime. This one and this one. And Margarita Lime was number 1. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to do the body. Oh, one more thing. We need to change the top part to Shamrock. All right. The shadow. So let's click here. Okay, release. Hold. Release. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and hide that bad boy there. Okay, and then we're going to do the eyes. Okay, so now I already did the white part of the eye earlier. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw around it. So how do you draw around it? And then you want this hollow. All right, the way we're going to do this is we're going to click on here. We're going to click on here and we're just going to follow along here. We're going to bring it down here and we're going to go around the eye. We're going to hover over this one and then we're going to come back like that. Okay, so now you got a portion of the eye. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to take this one. We're going to do Control C, Control V, and we're going to bring that bad boy over here. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the circles here. And I said I was going to make it lighter, so let's do it a little bit lighter so we can see. There, that's actually better. All right, so let's go to complex fill again. Hover over it. Hit enter. And we're going to copy and paste Control C, Control V. Oh, oops. We're going to bring that back over here. Okay. All right, and then we're going to change these two. So let's go and click our pick tool. Select them, hold our control key. And we're going to change that to color number 6. Okay. And let's look for a color. On color 6, we're going to look for a peach. Desert bloom. Let's do desert bloom. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and do the steel tool here. Okay. And let's go ahead and Hit enter. All right. Okay. And then let's hide those. And I don't really think we need to do the steel here, but we'll go ahead and take a gander. All right, let's click on our steel tool. All right, and then this one too. Okay, let's click on these. We'll select these. All right, and select the mouth, and let's make those all color number 2. Okay, we'll leave these little ones out. That's really not necessary. Okay, let's go ahead and click on our steel. We'll start for the bottom because the bottom is going to give us a better bend, more realistic version of what it is. Perfect. And then we'll just pick this up just a little bit. Okay, and then we'll change that to black 2. All right, and then we're going to make this the shamrock, right? So let's go ahead and do our shamrock colors here. I'm just hovering over it because I'm going to make the black cover that piece, okay? And then we'll just hit enter. And that's already on black. Okay, so what I mean by that is this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to order type, and I'm going to go to the back. There you go. So it's sticking out. All right. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to do our frog. So let's go ahead and hide everything so we can concentrate on the frog. So let's go ahead and concentrate on the frog here. So let's go to our complex fill. All right, we're going to start from this left and then we'll go right. Okay, so let's start from here. Go to complex fill, click here. And we're going to go over this a little bit so that way it can overlap. Okay. Now I'm just going over the line a little bit so that way I'm ensuring that when I do the border, it's going to capture everything here. Now, I didn't really need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. I should have just went straight down. That way I can just draw a steel there, but that's okay. Live and learn, right? Live and learn. The idea is to try to do less work as much as possible where the needle's not stopping. The more you get the needle consistent, your image is going to look crisp. But if you're stopping and going, I mean, you'll understand what I'm talking about if you're digitizing. I'm going to go straight. See, I'm going to go over this. I'll do a steel for that one. Okay. All right, we're all just about done here. Click on it. Boom skis. All right. And then what we're going to do is we'll do this leg right here. And I think I already did that part there. We'll touch it up, right? That's the one we're going to do. We're going to change that to color number 1, though. Let's do that real quick. Color number 1. Numero uno. Numero uno. All right. El uno. Okay, so let's go here. All right, hit enter. Change that to lime green, margarita green. Boom. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create our border. So let's do, we're going to have to do the steel for this one, okay? Because this one, it's not going to do all of it together. All right, let's go to, we'll start from here. Now we're going to start under. We want to ensure that this thing is going to touch the frog and the border is going to look nice and crisp. The mouse clicks actually sound like a frog hopping. you ever play Frogger? You're a kid? That was a fun game. Frogger was a fun game. Hit 1 in the chat if you ever played Frogger. That was one of my favorite games, and honestly, Galaga was my favorite game, but too. But I was never good at Galaga. My brother was really, really good at Galaga. We would all stand there, watch him play for an hour or longer, I think, just to watch him play, because this guy can get, I think he flipped the game, if I'm not mistaken, or he was damn near close to. All right, we're done. Okay. And then let's go ahead and go to change that to black, number 2. See, I got these colors all memorized now. All right. And then let's go here. We're going to do right click here. We're going to go to utilities, create border. And then it's already selected. We're going to change that, go to steel, change that to 0.5, change that color to number 2. Boom, skis. And that looks pretty dope. That looks pretty dope, I must say. All right. So I'm not too sure if I did the blue drops. I don't think I did. So let's go ahead and recreate these blue drops here. We're going to make those a different color. These little tic-tac thingamajigs. All right. And we're going to give those a different color. 1, 2, and I think that was it. Yep, that was it. Oh, 2 more. Thought that was, I knew I was looking at something. All right. And last one, guys. Last one. These are going to be like little blurps. It's just the needle will be like done. All right. Now let's go ahead and hit our control key. Let's select these bad boys. Go to pick tool. Select, select, select. And let's change those to, we're going to make that color number 6. Okay. And we are going to assign that to blue. Let's do Bluebird. There we go. Change that to Bluebird. Okay, guys, I think we are done. Let's see if we missed anything. Let's go ahead and bring this frog to life here. Start from the top. Looking pretty neat there. All right. And I think we are done. All we need to do now is we need to bring this to the back. We're going to order it to the back. And we didn't change. I thought we changed these to peach. Oh, it was color number 6. Oh, dang, I messed up. All right, we're going to change that to color number 7. Make that 7. And we're going to change that to a peach. And I think we had it on Desert Bloom. Perfect. Okay. And the last thing, we just need to add borders around here. So we're just going to, oh, wait, let me make sure I got everything. Yep, I have everything. So those I missed. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our borders here. Right click and order, utilities, create border. Right click, utilities, create border. And we're going to hit our pick tool. We're going to hit control key, control, change that to 0.5. Assign that to color number black, which is 2. And then here, I don't know how I messed that up. Let's change that to color number 5. Okay. All right. So now you see these little lines here. That's part of your underlay. So let's, before we do anything, let's click on this and we want to change that. So we're going to go to underlay. We're going to delete the underlay. We don't want all that underlay here. Okay. And we'll just take this one out just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And guys, I think we are done. Let's go ahead and match it up with the original frog and let's see how it looks. Let's take our frog And let's move him to the right. And what do you guys think? What do you think? That looks pretty dope there. Let's go ahead and go to the embroidery room and let's get stitching on this patch here. We are going to do a blue jean patch, and I picked this one up at Walmart. All right, so they have these patches, you can buy them. They're pretty cheap. I think I paid like $5 for them. Okay, so I think we did good. Let's go and go to the embroidery room, and I'll see you guys in the back. All right, so I got my colors all set up. Let's go and see how this project's gonna look. Let's go. So hope y'all liked this video, and if you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed week and a blessed day, and we'll see you guys back on my next video next week, and peace.